Good morning. I'll call to order the Wednesday, November 20th, emergency remote session of the North Andover Select Board. We'll be conducting this via remote means. Do I need to read the preamble, Melissa or Lauren?
I don't think you need to anymore.
Great. Okay. With that, I will call the meeting to order, and the purpose of this meeting is to discuss the town manager's request to declare a state of emergency regarding the brush fire. So I'll turn it over to the town manager.
Thank you for your quick attention this morning. We have approximately, as of last night, 530 acres of fire in the Boxford State Forest. Around 186 of those acres are in North Andover, and we are working with our partners in Middleton and Boxford, as well as the state, on trying to fight those fires with mutual aid, of course. In meeting with those town administrators yesterday, as well as the town manager of Danvers, we do think it at this point prudent to declare a state of emergency because we have had the fire since October 31st, and there's a real chance that we will end up having a deficit spend based on the overtime costs and the damage that we're currently having to our equipment. So we have created the document. It was linked. We are doing it together, which is a little different from what we've done in the past. I did say this is my third state of emergency in 5 years, which I feel like is some kind of record that I wasn't trying to get. But we do feel that it's very important that we move forward with this. And so under the Civil Defense Act, I can declare a state of emergency, but I would prefer that you all confirm it. And I'm happy to answer any questions that I'm able to answer.
Yeah, I'll put that out to the questions to the board. I guess since we're remote, I'll ask we do it kind of one at a time, just so we're not talking over each other. I'll start with you, Janice.
No, I mean, thank you for rallying the troops to do this. I'm assuming the hope here is not only can we deficit spend, but maybe we'll be able to get some help from somebody somewhere along the way with these huge expenses.
Yeah, I did check in with the Lieutenant Governor yesterday, and she did tell me that many communities have called, saying not just those of us that have active burn right now, but also that have mutual aid assistance. I mean, we have mutual aid assistance from Maine and New Hampshire. So it's really a multi-state issue at this point. And so by doing this, it does set us up to be able to make those types of requests.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you for your diligence.
Thanks, Janice. Laura, any questions or comment?
No, I guess yes. Again, thank you, Melissa, for your quick action again with another unprecedented, isn't that our word? Unprecedented situation. I guess if you could just kind of go over what this allows you or us to do, maybe a little bit for the public.
Yeah, so the number one thing it allows us to do is to petition the Department of Revenue to deficit spend. As you know, we are not able to spend any of our accounts on the town side into the red except for snow and ice without this permission. It also would, if necessary, allow us to amortize that over 3 years. So if we had a deficit, we would not, and we couldn't fund it for some reason, we wouldn't be required to fund it all in 1 year, with what we have going on with the school deficit is important at this time. And then finally, it does allow us to basically give assignments, use emergency procurement, coordinate our services among different departments and agencies, even nationally. So it really does give us a broad authority to best function in an emergency. And I should add, I did consult with our emergency management director, Jeff Coco, regarding this declaration.
Great, thank you. I think that's helpful.
Thanks, Melissa. Rosemary, any questions or comment?
No, that's a lot of acres, so it really seems as though this is an appropriate decision for the town, and I'm glad that you consulted with Jeff Coco. He has such knowledge, having been doing this for decades and decades, and I'm sure that he will steer you in the right direction. But so you said it can be spread out over 3 years. Is there funds available from that we could be take advantage of? I didn't quite understand if that was really clear, that there could possibly be funds available from the federal government and other funds to help combat this. And of course, we have nice warm weather, and what we need is some nice snow to help get rid of this, or stop it.
You know, we
Uh,
we are in quite the deficit, 8 to 11 inches rain deficit right now in the area, which definitely adds to this, as well as human error, right? So we want to just remind people at home not to light fire pits, not to use a charcoal grill, not to throw a cigarette out the window or into a bush or into mulch, because a lot of the time it is humans that are causing these fires. So we want to be careful about that as we move forward the next few days and we try to get back to containment. As far as funding, you know, it's a lot like the floods. Like, we'll do all the work and try our hardest to be the squeaky wheel. And I think it's going to be maybe even harder than the floods because there's so many of us that everyone's, I think, reaching out. There is new this year a local disaster account that was created by the legislature. So thank you to them for that. And we testified during those hearings about how that would have been so helpful to us during the floods. So hopefully we'll see something, but either way, being able to spread it out over a 3-year period, which hopefully we wouldn't have to do, it at least gives us a few more options.
it's been a tough year. It's like incoming from every direction. You know, next month brings something else, and then it's been a really tough year between the floods and the budget problems and so forth and so on. It's been a very tough year. So I appreciate that you're on it, and we'll get through it. We always do. So, but it would be great to get some help.
Thanks,
Okay.
Rosemary. Dave, any questions or comments? You're on mute. You're on mute, Dave.
Sorry.
Were you talking?
No, I was on mute. No, thank you. All the questions that I had were already asked and answered. So just thank you, Melissa, and your staff and the fire department for everything that you're doing.
Thanks, Dave. I think the only question I have, Melissa, is do we have a sense of order of magnitude in terms of dollars, or is it just too early to tell for now?
It's really too early to tell. I tried to break out the overtime yesterday just to see, but it won't even give us a free picture because, well, we are doing overtime. We're also doing callbacks. Like right now, I'm actually at the fire station and there's nowhere to park because we have so many holdovers and callbacks. So we're going to have to do is once we get permission, once we get this, we'll apply to DOR for the permission to deficit spend. We'll reclassify all the expenses into a special account, and that will help us really get our arms around it. And then the equipment loss, like, I mean, we've burnt a lot of hoses. We've lost wheels off of vehicles. We've had vehicles stuck in mud. We've had a lot of equipment loss.
That's unbelievable. Do we have police at the scene telling people not to go down in certain directions or anything like that? Or is it pretty apparent that they shouldn't be doing that? I don't know.
The first few days we had a police detail. Now, yesterday we did close Liberty Street for a short period of time. And so we, of course, did have a, let them know then because we were using the horses. But right now, the MEMA bunker is pretty much at the entrance to the forest. So it's pretty evident as soon as you walk up there that you can't go any further. And you shouldn't, because it's really not safe. We've got trees falling, things that are on fire that you actually can't tell are on fire because it's really underground, but the heat is definitely there. So people should definitely avoid the forest at all costs. And it is closed to the public. The state did close it.
And this is right around the Sharpness Pond Road area, all of it as of now, or is it really spread beyond that?
It's spread beyond that because it's now into Middleton and Boxford. We do have a fire line that has held well. So that's great news, which means it's really not going towards any structures because of the fire line. DPW actually went in yesterday and dug new fire roads for them. So that was huge. So it's really been such a nice effort from all these different departments coming together statewide to assist on keeping people safe.
It's pretty amazing. I cannot recall ever having a problem of this magnitude with fires in our town, but we'll get through it. We always do, and you're on it. And we've got first responders who are great, and DPW is helping out. I think that, we're doing all that we can right now, and just to be great to get some more assistance from the outside as well. Financial assistance and anything else they might have. So.
Okay. Yeah, I echo those sentiments. So again, thank you, Melissa, you and your team. Thank you to the chief, and obviously all of our first responders who are dealing with this and have been for some time. So I think it's probably time to move the question. So I'll take a motion on. We need to vote. Was Melissa correct to confirm this?
Yes, and it's a roll call, please.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So if I'll take a motion.
I
Motion.
move to, oh, go ahead, Dave.
I was motion to approve the declaring a state of emergency.
All right, a motion by
I'll
Dave,
second that.
second from Rosemary. I'll do a roll call vote. Janice,
Yes.
Laura,
Yes.
Rosemary,
Aye.
Dave,
Aye.
and the chair votes yes as well. So that's you have the vote. Let's go from there.
Thank you. So Middleton voted last night. Danvers has already signed through the town manager authority, and Boxford is meeting on Thursday, and North Reading is meeting on Friday.
Is it in Topsfield yet, Melissa? Do you happen to know that?
So when I checked in yesterday, Topsfield was not impacted yet.
Okay. I have a family member who lives in Topsfield, and she's older and a little nervous about it. But well, that's good news. The less that it spreads, the better off we all are. So, but she had told me that one of the fire departments, not ours, was saying that the smoke is coming from North Andover back a couple of days ago. So she was a little nervous, but okay, sounds good.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone, for being available on such short notice. With that, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Seconded.
A motion and a second. Roll call vote. Janice? Oh, I see you, but your camera's there. Yes. All right. Laura?
Yes.
Rosemary?
Aye.
Dave?
Aye.
And Chair votes yes, we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.